guys, so I wasn't sure what video I should make next, so today I decided to do a junk journal video. So recently I've really been into making junk journals, and these are some that I've made, so I just wanted to go through and kind of show you what's inside my junk journals. They're all very different. I'll talk about the kind of paper that I use to fill each of them. I do use embroidery floss to put together the spine. I'm not going to go into too much detail just because there's plenty of videos on how to do that, but you basically just want an awl. It's spelled A-W-L. I think I got this from eBay for like 75 cents and it came in like 2 weeks, but it does the job and I use it a ton, so it's definitely worth buying one of these. But essentially all you do is make 3 holes, and then you take needle and embroidery floss, that's what I usually use, and you bind it, and then you tie it together. Find my little page here. Just tie it together like that. So that's how I did it. It took me a couple tries to get it the first time, but once you do it, it's very easy. So anyway, I will get into the first journal. So this is the very first one I made. I made it about 6 months ago. I really got into these from watching Amity Bloom and Johanna Claw, I think is how you say your name. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. But they both make junk journals and they make them beautifully, so I really was like, oh, I have a lot of junk paper lying around, so why not make some of these? So the first one that I made, I just used some scrapbook paper. For those of you that live in Pennsylvania, my mom does own a scrapbook store, so I get a lot of my supplies through her. I'll put her information down below if you're interested in that. But anyway, so I use this really pretty scrapbook paper. On the inside, I usually try and put an envelope just because I like to stick things in there. So I put this envelope in there. And then for this journal, I did a lot of tea-dyed paper just because I had never done it before and I wanted to try and experiment. So I used some composition notebook paper. I did start journaling in this recently. So this is just a journaling page, and then I added a receipt and some things in here. This is actually a card from Amity Bloom, as I was just talking about her, so make sure you go check her out. I did throw in some vintage paper here from a book that I have. Here's some grid paper that I tea-dyed, some scrapbook paper, and so on. So here's some more composition paper. I just love that crinkly sound. It's so worth it. This paper I got when I was in Japan like 2 years ago. It's calligraphy paper. Let's see if I can show you. I don't know where you could get this. I got it from Daiso in Japan. It's basically like kind of like tissue paper or like transparency paper, but I just like how it gives a different kind of texture, so that's why I used it. More tea-dyed scrapbook paper, tea-dyed grid paper, composition, scrapbook paper. This page here was from Maker Monthly, which is a subscription box. I don't know if some of you may have heard of it. It's kind of like a planner subscription box. I did it for a couple of months. I don't do it anymore, but I liked how this paper looked, so I included that. And then the second half of the book is obviously a mirror image of the first half of the book. I did include this vintage drawing of a woman that I found in a book that I had bought from an antique store. I thought that was very pretty. So that is this one. And then in the back here, I did keep the paper longer and then I stapled it shut, so I just have a little pocket here that I can stick some things in. So this is the first one. The nice thing about junk journals is you can literally use anything. I mean, I have a collection already of paper, but when I realized that you could make junk journals out of extra paper, it just got worse. So I already have, I'm sure some of you do this, I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but I already have this little bowl here that's like my ephemera bowl is what I call it. It's just filled with scraps, like all kinds of things that I could use in my journals. So I basically have been making this grow ever since I started junk journals because you can use anything and it's awesome. So this was another one that I had made. Again, very pretty scrapbook paper that I had gotten from my mom's store. I did use navy embroidery floss on this one, but I just like the look of red better. So I think I'm gonna stick with red from now on. But anyway, so this was one that I had made. I did put some sewing patterns in here with some washi. Again, I used that Japanese calligraphy paper. Here I used some hot air balloon, why can't I think of the word? You know what I'm talking about. Use that there, and then on this page I just used regular computer paper and then I watercolored over it. Here I tipped in some wildflower pages. So one thing that I also have an addiction to is old books. So I had found these wildflower books in a store for $2 and it's literally falling apart, but there's still writing in here from whoever owned it, and I just love, love, love this. I just think it adds such a nice, pretty accent, and even if I just don't do anything and leave it plain, I just love how it looks. This was another one that I had gotten. This one's in much better condition, but there still is writing in here, and I just love finding books that have writing in them, and again, this one was $2, so you can't beat it. So definitely check thrift stores and antique stores if you're looking for some extra ephemera. I also used some craft paper. This is some ephemera here. This washi tape, I love this tape. It's the MT brand. They're different clips. If you watch Job's Journal, that's another good YouTuber to follow for journaling. He cuts out his clips the same way that I did here. A lot of people I've seen do this, but I just love how it looks because it makes it look like that is actually clipped in. So that's just a fun little piece. I put in a little vellum bag here that you could stick stuff in. I also love music note paper, so I did set aside from some music notes that, what am I saying, sheet music books that I could show you. This I got from a thrift store. I think this was, again, like $1 or $2. And look how pretty this is. Ugh, I love it. And then I also have some little ones. I think, again, this was $1 or $2. And I mean, this is old. This stuff just is so pretty, and people just would probably throw it away, but I'm a hoarder, so I hang on to everything. So some sheet music here. Here's some composition paper. I did not do any tea dyeing for this journal. I just didn't feel like it. I got lazy. More calligraphy paper. This is just paper from a notebook, like a tablet. Project Life card with some washi. Here's some more computer paper. I did do some watercoloring with leaves in there just to add some extra prettiness to the paper. More scrapbook paper. Here's some of that little sheet music I was talking about. I did get this scrapbook paper that I love that looks like flashcards, so I cut those up, and I've been using these just as extra tip-ins with some washi. More computer paper. So yeah, I just think junk journals are just so cool, and you can make them so unique. I mean, literally nobody has a journal like this in the world, which, I don't know, I just think it's cool. And you can use all of your scraps. Like, for example, this was from a pillow that I got from IKEA, and my husband was so annoyed with the tags, so he ripped them off, and I saw them, and I was like, huh, I could probably make that into something cool, so I just have it in here as a little tip-in. Oops. Fell off. Here's another flashcard. Some more washi. I thought this washi was cute because it has hot air balloons on, like this does too. And then again, I like to add a little envelope. So that is that one. And then the last one that I have right here, this one, oops, that's the back. This is the front of it. So this one I recently made. I used this larger wildflower guide for this paper, some stickers, and then I found this really awesome scrapbook paper that's like, it's from it's from Crate Paper, I lied. And it's just different, like, library kind of feel scraps on one side, so I cut those out, and that's how I'm using it. I also have some vintage stamps. Another thing to look for in antique stores, I think I paid 50 cents for these, and they're latitude, longitude. I don't even know what they're from, but they look so cool. And again, there's that washi tape. Hope I'm not out of frame. So anyway, on the inside I put another muslin bag where you could stick something. This paper here I found from a thrift store. This was $2, and you guys, look at how much there is here. I mean, I could make journals for years with this. This is from 1967. I don't know if this is illegal to cut up or not, but I did. It's the congressional record from the Senate. So anyway, I just cut that up, made some pages there. I put some more of that library paper here because there was a little hole, and I just thought that that looked pretty with the contrast. Some more tablet paper, some more of the calligraphy paper, sheet music. Here's some more House of Representatives paper. Again, I just love how this wildflower paper looks. Ugh, just so pretty. More scrapbook paper, composition paper, sheet music. Here I made a little pocket with some leftover scrapbook paper that I had. It's just so you can stick some things in there. Here I got these super pretty craft colored doilies. And I cut it in half and I glued it down, and I wasn't paying attention, and I put this page down over top before the glue was dry, and it like completely ripped apart this page, which is fine, but I like how it looked here, but here it looked kind of silly, so I cut it out, and then I used the bottom from this page that I cut out and used it to cover that. So I like the contrasting effect that it has there, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Nice thing about junk journals, they're junk journals, so it doesn't matter unless you're very OCD about things, which this probably isn't the type of journal for you. It doesn't matter, you can follow your own rules. So here's the other half of the doily there. Another IKEA pillow tag. And that's the middle, and the other half is pretty similar. But I just love junk journals. I love the freedom that you have with them. Here I put in some, where are they? They're just basically photo tabs. I had a pack of them so I can show you. Oh, here they are. So they're basically just like the black corners. You can buy the photo corners just like that and just stick little pictures in there. So that's nice. More flashcards. Here I just took the border of my scrapbook paper and put it on the edge there. And that is that. I put a little envelope here, just stuck some Project Life cards in there. And on the back, again, just stuck some things here with some stamps. And that is it. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. It is just so awesome to make junk journals and to honestly go whichever route you want to with them. I mean, you can make anything with them. Cooper, come here. Can you see my dog? Come here. Mrs. Cooper. You aren't really getting a good visual, just his paws. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for your comments and your subscribing and your likes. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or video suggestions, please let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye!